Hello, how are you? I said I was going to do a video in a little while, just to let you know how things are going. I've decided to do one a little bit earlier than I intended anyway, just because nothing bad's happened, but I just wanted to kind of share some experiences that I've been going through over the last few weeks. It's been 3 weeks now since I've been full time. Still really blown away by it. It is so amazing living as you've always wanted to. So liberating. I do miss my daughter terribly. That's difficult. That's the only thing that is difficult about this. And I will see her again in time when she's ready. But other than that, life's amazing. Few things. First, if you're going to go through this, it is a very difficult decision. And you do have to put up with questions. I don't mind people who ask questions and who are polite about it. That's fine. And I do try and educate people. If people are genuinely interested and they ask a question, then I'll give them a straight answer. And a perfect example of this, I had a guy, I was walking through Bournemouth. I don't mind telling you I live in Bournemouth, town centre on Wednesday, so a few days ago. And I was walking along and he was like, "Oi, mate!" And I just thought, okay, so I let it go the first time, and then he shouted again. He came over. So I went, "Hi, you, how you doing?" He goes, "Are you a tranny?" And I said, "No." He goes, "Are you a cross-dresser then?" And I said, "No." He goes, "What are you?" And I said, "I'm transgendered." He goes, "What? So you're going to have your willy cut off?" I went, "Yeah." And he goes, "Well, how do they do that?" So I kind of explained it. And then he goes, "So how do you orgasm then?" And I explained about cum and how little comes from the actual testicles and the rest of it comes from other parts of the body, and how after surgery, if it's a successful one, you can still orgasm. And he was blown away. But this guy, this homeless guy, actually came across, asked a question, and I gave him an answer, and therefore that's someone else now who has a knowledge or understanding of what the process is for us. And also, I think he shouted quite loudly, and everyone around me was watching. So I think me dealing with it in that way was a good thing, because it just shows that we are approachable. I think you need to take people on their merits. If he'd have been aggressive with me, then I would have told him to back off. But he didn't. He was fine. So don't be scared of talking to people. You have to get used to the stares. I'm still not. Sometimes it just goes. Doesn't bother me. There are other times when I just want to scream and just say to people, "Stop staring." I guess as things progress and as my face changes a little with the things I'll be doing, then hopefully I'll get stared at less. I don't know. Maybe I'll always get stared at because of my height. I'm 6 foot, so in heels obviously I'm a little bit taller. Kind of, yeah, I don't know. I mean, at the moment, today it didn't bother me. I walked out of Debenhams because had a call in there quickly today to see some of the girls on the makeup counter in Debenhams, and as I walked out, there's loads and loads of people just everywhere, and I was like, "Do you know what? I'm fierce," and I just walked straight, held head up high. That's where you got to be. You've made this decision. If you're living as a trans person, it doesn't matter if you're male to female or female to male. You've made the decision. You've done the hardest thing. You're living in the role. Just do it. Go for it. Don't be scared. You've got nothing to be scared of. If anything, you should be proud of the fact that you've made the decision and you're living as you want to. Just do it. Have strength. Be strong, sister. Solidarity. What else did I want to say? On the whole, yeah, people are being really, really nice. I hardly ever get any negativity now at all. I think, to be honest, even in the area that I live, people are just used to seeing me. I tend to see the same people in the mornings when I'm going to work. It's just like, oh, it's that person again. But the thing about the looking thing as well, and one of my girlfriends said this to me a few days ago, and it makes perfect sense. Just because people are looking at you doesn't mean to say that they're staring at you because you're trans anyway. They might be looking at what you're wearing. There might be, it might be just because you're tall, or just because you're different, or because you're new, whatever. So you have to bear that in mind as well. I do try to do that. Sometimes I manage, sometimes I don't, but that's okay. One other thing I wanted to say as well. I've moved to this area 3 weeks ago, and I've found it difficult and isolating at times, or isolated, sorry. Um, had a few tears last weekend just because I felt lonely. Okay, especially if you're moving to a new area, you can't expect to pick yourself up, and yet the euphoria of what you're doing is amazing and that does carry you along. But once it dies down and you get a slight level of normality with what you're doing, then you kind of you want to seek out people and friends and stuff. And if you are moving to a new area, especially, you have to remember that the people who you're going to be coming across at work and stuff, and people who you meet outside, they've got their own lives. They're established and they have their own friends, and you've just got to have a bit of patience, but go out there, try and build your own friendship bases. Yeah, I've this week as well. I've been to the Over the Rainbow in Bournemouth. I'm sure the boys won't mind me mentioning this. It's a drop-in centre, but they have lots of support groups there. I'm going there this Tuesday to discuss going to the support group meetings with a facilitator that runs the ones for transgender people. That'll be awesome. Last weekend when I was feeling down, I watched my Transsexual Summer on 4 on demand online because I didn't watch it when it was on last summer, and it helped so much watching what those guys were going through, and a lot of what they were saying I identified with for obvious reasons. So it kind of, I've erred away from that scene since I've made the decision, and not for any other reason other than I wanted to try and immerse myself in just being normal. But having lived it for only a very short time, but I'm thinking, well, actually, it would be a good idea to seek other transgender people out just because they can offer me the support that others can't who don't understand. So I'm really looking forward to that this Tuesday. And Monday, I'm going to be meeting someone who's going in the upside direction from female to male. I'm really looking forward to that, to be honest with you. It'll be good to speak to someone who's lived through some of the stuff that I've been going through, but also fascinating to see it from another perspective as well, from going from the opposite gender to what I'm going. So, all good. And then next Friday is 4 weeks since I've been at work, and I'm going out. And I might be going on my own, but I don't care because, hey, I'll meet people when I'm there. I'm a friendly person. I'll talk to people, hopefully make a few more friends, and at the end of the day, it's what life's about. You make the decision, you start living how you want to. Don't sit on your laurels and, get depressed. Get out there, do stuff, involve yourself in stuff, be happy. Because life is a bit too short. It's an old cliche, but life is too short to be miserable. So, that was it really. Just a little update. Not that little, because it's 8 minutes. Oh my goodness. Didn't realise I was waffling for so long. I hope anyone who's watching this is happy and well, and if you're not, do something about it. Why not? I'll speak to you guys when I don't know, sometime soon, I would think. Until then, take care. Love you all. Bye.